Hi everybody and welcome to today's YouTube video here on the Yoga by Candice YouTube channel. I'm here at my studio, Namaste Studios, and I'm going to be filming a restorative yoga practice that you can do. I'm going to be using 3 bolsters. These were generously sent to me by Hugger Mugger. Thank you so much to Hugger Mugger for sending these along. However, you don't need to have 3 bolsters in order to make this work. Even 1 bolster is going to be great, and then for the other 2 bolsters, you could use blocks, you could use really thick blankets or towels that you've rolled up. You could use couch cushions, so get creative. Hugger Mugger does have really awesome bolsters though, so if you have an opportunity to purchase one, I definitely would. I would recommend getting the rectangular bolster that you see here. These are always my preferred shape of bolster because you have so many options. You can lay it down like this, so you're not as high off the ground, or if you're looking for a deeper stretch, if you're going to do, say, like supported fish pose, you can set it up high and then you're higher up off the ground. When you just buy a circular bolster, that's just a giant circle all the way around, you don't have those options. So for that reason, I really love the rectangular shape bolsters. They're my preferred bolsters. So grab your bolsters or your props, whatever you're going to use, and then come have a seat on your yoga mat and we will get started. Okay, so to start, we're going to begin on our backs, and we're going to put 1 bolster here at the top and 2 bolsters or whatever else you have to your side. Now, the purpose for these bolsters is to just support the arms so that they're not hanging off the bolster up here. So you can just put whatever you have, a blanket or a book or whatever, underneath the arms to support. For the setup of this back bolster here, I like to press it against my sacrum and then push it back about 1/3 of the way, and then begin to lie back so that your thoracic spine and your upper back is supported. And then from here, we'll take the bolsters and we'll just place them here. So you can see if I didn't have them, it would be fine, but it does really kind of pull a bit here, so it feels nice to have a bit of support. With the arms resting here, go ahead and close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your chest. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through the nose, allowing the upper body to be heavy over the bolster, allowing the shoulders to melt away. Feel free to make any movements you need to in order to set up and feel really good here. And as you begin to connect with your breath, allow your thoughts, this constant stream of thoughts, to just quiet down and eventually maybe even turn off. So that all you're left with is just breath and calm. Bringing your awareness to your face, see if you can use your breath to relax the corners of your eyes, the space between the eyebrows, the forehead, the jaw. Close your mouth, but part your teeth and allow the tongue to relax. Become aware of the breath moving in and out through your nose. Noticing the quality of the breath, the temperature of the air, and the sensation that you get when the air enters the nostrils. Bring your awareness to your chest, and as you breathe in, see if you can expand laterally through the ribs. Really using your diaphragm to breathe full, deep breaths. Nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. And on your next inhale, flutter your eyes open. Slowly bring your hands down to the mat and gently press into your hands to lift yourself up. For the next posture, we're going to take caterpillar pose. To do that, you'll take your feet about mat distance, and if it's uncomfortable for you to sit like this, and if you find your low back is kind of wanting to go that way, what you could do is sit on the edge of your bolster like this, and put the legs down. Then you can take your second bolster, place it in the center, and your third will be right on top. Now, this is where it's kind of nice to have that option to turn it, because if you'd like to go this way and get a little bit more support, you certainly can do that. If you just have one bolster, I would suggest sitting on a yoga block instead of a bolster and using the actual bolster for this right here. Okay? So what you're gonna do is bring your hands to stay on top of your bolster, and then your head can come down and rest on your hands. Allow your back to round. And allow your arms to be heavy. And if this isn't quite comfortable for your hamstrings, the other option you have is to bend the legs. So you can do that as well. Whatever works best for you, do that. Give yourself permission to do that. No problems at all. So as you settle in here, go ahead and close your eyes. And bringing your awareness to the top of your head, just follow your breath all the way down through the back of the head. And breathing big, deep, powerful breaths into the back of the neck. And as you exhale, allowing your traps and your shoulders to melt away from the head. Breathing into the space in between the shoulder blades, the rhomboids there, filling it with breath. And as you exhale, allow the scapula to just melt down your back. And breathe into your thoracic spine. And exhale to find length through the spine as you get heavier. Bringing awareness now to your lumbar spine, your low back. Bringing awareness to your hips, feeling them fully supported by your prop or your mat. Allowing for heaviness, almost as if this pose is effortless. Full breaths, imagining that if someone were standing on the other side of the room watching you, they could see the movement of your breath in your upper back. So breathe into the upper back, especially into the low points of the shoulder blades. Notice how good that feels to take a nice deep breath in, how relaxing it is to completely empty the lungs. Just when you think you're done exhaling, see if you can squeeze a little bit more air out of the lungs. Just allow your whole body to melt here into this pose. No effort, no stress, no tension. And as you inhale, slowly rise up. We'll take one of the bolsters and just bring it out to the side here. The other one we're going to push off to the side. And the third one, we're gonna come off of it and place it perpendicular to the back of your mat. Then from here, come forward and lie on your belly. You're gonna take your left shin and place it on top of the bolster that's perpendicular. Now again, if you only have one bolster, just don't use a bolster for here, for this space. Instead, bring your one bolster out to the right. Then look at your bolster that's out to the right. You're gonna want it in line with your hip. And then you're going to rotate your right leg and bring it on top of the bolster. Now your knee and your ankle should be supported by the bolster, so don't let it be too high or too low. You want to have both your knee and your ankle on the bolster. And from here, we will slowly come into it. If you do have a third bolster, you could technically take it and then use it as a little pillow. I'm not gonna do that just because that doesn't feel great for me, but if you want to try my way, you'll take your hands out in front and just bring your forehead down. And as you settle in here, just bringing your awareness to the top of your head, taking a deep breath in, breathing into your upper back as you fill up your lungs with air. Bringing your awareness to the top of the head, go ahead and exhale through your nose super slow and just scan your whole body, going all the way down to the feet, asking yourself to just be heavy and relax. As you begin relaxing into this pose, begin to bring some awareness to the head of the right femur. Bring your awareness to the socket that it sits in and the inner thigh there. And as you breathe, imagine that the prana, the breath that you are breathing in and out, is acting like a comb. And with each inhale, it begins to comb through your inner thigh. With each exhale, you feel length, you feel heaviness, you feel the quality of a melting sensation, like it's pretty much effortless to be here. Continuing to breathe into that space just below the shoulder blades. Exhale, letting it go. Another thing these diaphragmatic breaths are good for is massaging the internal organs. So it's a really nice
rejuvenating thing to do for your body is just have these deep breaths. And you don't have to do them just on the yoga mat. You can do them anywhere you are, sitting at your desk, driving. Another deep breath in. Exhale, release. Bringing your awareness to your right foot, begin to gently point your foot, flex it, and then with it flexed, slowly shift it back behind you, and we will switch sides. So now the right shin will rest on a prop or a second bolster, and we'll reach up and grab the other bolster and bring it to the other side, in line with your left hip. Reach your left leg out to the side, rotating. Again, you want to have your knee and your ankle supported, and then you can come down once again. And as you're here, just settling in. Once again, closing your eyes, allowing the screens of your eyes to go dark. Going inward a bit, maybe noticing what this side feels like compared to the right side. Are you more restricted or more open on one side? And if so, just notice it and let it go, and continue to breathe fully. Big, deep, diaphragmatic breaths, which we know is a nice massage for the internal organs. But it's also a really great way to calm down the nervous system, thereby reducing your stress, anxiety, perhaps helping you to sleep better, perhaps making you a more calm person overall. And bring your awareness to your upper back and just make sure that you're breathing fully. You haven't begun to collect any tension in the upper back or the shoulders. Everything is very relaxed. Staying with your breath, staying with the awareness of your breath, noticing how much you can inhale. Noticing how much you can let go as you exhale. And when you're ready, point your toes, flex your left foot, and keeping it flexed, just gently press it back behind you. And from here, we're going to do just the tiniest bit of flow. So you'll just slide if you have a bolster behind you, just slide it out away from you. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Option to keep your eyes closed here. You don't really need to see me to do this. And then curl your toes and press back for child's pose. Keep your toes curled as you sit here in this child's pose, getting a nice stretch across the bottoms of the feet. The bottoms of the feet can get really tight when we have low back issues or hip issues, so giving your feet a good stretch is a really great way to just open up the whole body overall, even though we're really just stretching the feet. But the cool thing about the body is that it's entirely connected. So if you're tight in your shoulders, it might actually just be because you're tight in your feet. So a nice stretch for the feet never hurts anything. As you inhale, come forward, lie back down on your belly, and at your own pace, in your own time, you'll uncurl the toes. Let's reach the heel back to the buttocks on both sides. So just one leg at a time. And one more time each side. Maybe getting a nice gentle tug at the very end to see what's going on in the quad and the psoas. And then from here, we'll curl the toes, reach the hips back for another child's pose. See if you can get your pinky toes on the ground and really press into the toes for a nice stretch across the bottoms of the feet. Reach your armpits down to the ground for a good stretch through the chest as well. And then as you inhale, slowly bring awareness to your tailbone. Curl it under as you lower your head and round forward. Go slow, slow, slow. And come all the way down onto your belly. And from here, we'll just take a Sphinx pose. So bring your elbows underneath your shoulders, fingers out in front of you, palms down, and you'll press into the fleshy part of the palms. Imagine that you're trying to pull yourself forward. Try to find some length here. We're talking about getting long. Now, as you're here, see if you can melt your shoulder blades down your back and really activate the muscles in between the shoulder blades to open up through the chest as you continue that sensation of pulling yourself forward for a nice long spine. So as you do that, imagine someone's behind you, pulling your feet back behind you, trying to get as long as you can. And exhale, release. From here, we'll turn the bolster. We're gonna flip over onto our backs. And what you can do is do two bolsters like this. We'll leave the other bolster out to the side for now. Bring your legs up on the bolsters. And once again, another reason I love rectangular bolsters, you could even go up like this if you want. Totally up to you. This is kind of like legs up the wall. And so we'll just be here for 5 minutes. Roll your shoulders back as you settle in. Hands can be on your belly or palms can be up towards the ceiling, whatever feels best for you. Go ahead and close your eyes. And you can let go of your intentional breathing here and just let the breath come on its own. As I mentioned, we'll be here for 5 minutes, and I'll let you know when the time is up.
Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And gently release the bolster that you're on. And go ahead and make your way over onto your right side before pressing yourself up into a comfortable position. Bringing your hands to heart center and just taking a moment to acknowledge your practice. And gently dipping your forehead towards your fingers as an acknowledgement of the practice, of your commitment to your good health. And when you're ready, gently release. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below in the comment section and I will do my best to be in touch. Don't forget to check out Hugger Mugger, and thanks again to them for generously giving me these 3 bolsters for this practice. I so appreciate it. If you're interested, I have a book. It's called Namaste, and you can check it out at Barnes & Noble or Amazon or most major bookstores everywhere. And we also have an app. It's called Yoga by Candace, one word. You can find it in the App Store. See you soon here on the YBC YouTube channel.